Right, so good morning and welcome to the Saturday Coffee Chat. We're in the middle of May. Time always just flies. I hope we're having fun. So today, our main topic is meal planning and tracking, and I've just got a quick presentation. Just quickly, a couple of thoughts on the Eat Smarter, which really, good morning, Linda. How was breakfast? Yeah, she was eating breakfast. She didn't want to chomp in her.
Absolute. No, coffee.
Yes, coffee. So with the Eat Smarter, it really is meaty. But I just wanted to, mentioned last week about metabolic switches and these things that there's three main ones he talks about, that the foods that we eat can help us with making sure that the switch is flipped in the right direction, to help us with more efficient fat loss and just to be overall healthier. And the first one is inflammation. So we know about this, we talk about this, and their inflammation is not always bad, but when it's chronic, that's when it becomes a problem with your body, problematic. So obviously there's lifestyle things that you can do, and there's definitely foods that you can eat that can help with that. There's also foods I should say in air quotes, that can exacerbate the inflammation. Basically junk food, high sugary food. So I got to the point in the book, because I also listened to the Audible, where he's starting to talk about the foods you can eat to help make sure these metabolic switches are flipped in the right direction. And just from what I've heard so far, we are doing really well with what we do here. You know, having a variety of foods, eating very nutrient dense foods. Food is like Deb talked about last week. It's not just fuel. It's not just energy. It can be entertainment. It can be pleasure, right? So it's not like we have to be strict, clean eating all the time. We want to enjoy life. We don't want to just endure it, right? So make sure you have that so-called balance. It's really an intentional imbalance, but we're just purposeful with it, which we're going to talk about with our meal planning today. The second metabolic switch is hormone dysfunction. So again, the foods, the lifestyle, the stressors are all factor into how our hormones function. And the hormones are really the IT guys behind the scene that are keeping the things, communicating and functioning like they should. So our food definitely, it goes to our gut, and then our gut is where our body decides what it's going to use and what it's going to use it for, and where it needs to go, and where to send it. So what we're putting into our gut is a big deal as far as our hormone function or dysfunction. And then the third one is appetite dysregulation. So I talked about this in one of my Instagram posts about sleep and hunger hormones. He goes into this a little bit about the ghrelin and the leptin. And when we're not sleeping enough, our ghrelin, which makes us hungry or signals hunger, goes up, and our leptin, that signals that we're full, goes down when we're tired, because when we're tired, our body craves energy. And so having the appetite regulated is a huge deal. And then, he talks a little bit about gluten and how it interacts with us. And again, what happens when it goes into the gut. So it's a good book to listen to more so than to read, but because he just explains it really well. And he puts little analogies so you can kind of picture things. And so it's really good information. And I think overall we're doing really well. So as I get further into the book, I'll list some of the foods and how it, I'll do like a post and list how the food is, helping us with those metabolic switches. So didn't want to go too deep on the Eat Smarter, because I can really just keep going and going and going with that. So that just kind of segues right into